whatever to you, whenever you are tuning in to this episode of the St. Cloud Divorce Show, episode 3. Thank you, Mr. Blue Sky, for that theme song. And I forgot to put a banner up for him, such as this. Again, The Real MR Blue Sky on SoundCloud. Oh, and I have our colors for successful failures rather than the St. Cloud Divorce Show. This is my co-host, Tommy the Spurg Snake. How's your day going, Tommy?
Warm. It's finally hot in Cleveland. I can't be more thankful for a sunny blue sky day today.
Hot in Cleveland, and Betty White isn't even there, so that is very fun.
No,
I
and
just can't help myself with shitty wordplay like that. I can't help myself.
no, I went out for a nice walk this morning, took the dog for a walk, got some sun. Now I'm ready to tear Aaron and his pale ass down to nothing. We're gonna wreck him like
and he wrecks himself a lot. A lot of these clips that I've pulled from Spurgtopia and other places, Aaron is really doing the wrecking for us. So, like, there's very little. We could just stay silent while our buddy Aaron just tears himself a new asshole. He doesn't even need help doing it. But oh boy, we were shitting on him for his set, as a lot of people did. The backdrop of the Steel Toe Morning Show and the clip art of the boot, and I was curious, what is the new set going to look like?
I couldn't believe when I saw what I saw.
The old set was shit. The new set is shit with blood in it.
Yes, I know, exactly, and very much speechless. Like, you know, I don't have the best set. I'm not really trying to be a professional radio guy. I got a $20 microphone today.
Yes, I'm playing broadcaster, and you kind of accidentally threw yourself into being playing radio broadcaster of like, oh, successful failures would sound fun, but you did a solid fun back and forth with me on chatting with beloved chatters. I was like, I would like to do a regular project with that guy.
Thanks, man, I appreciate
it. You're I actually wasn't expecting your face. I was expecting the little. So thanks for bathing yourself in darkness. I am the light. I am Shawn Michaels, and you are the Undertaker at WrestleMania 30, whatever the fuck that was, 20, whatever the fuck that was.
Man, old wrestling was so good. I'm sorry, we're not gonna stay.
We could go down that road. And actually, our buddy Aaron, him and I are both Bret Hart guys. We could get along. It's a good thing that he cured his narcissism in 48 hours after diagnosing it. Something a narcissist wouldn't say at all is I cured myself of it immediately after I got it.
I diagnosed himself, yeah.
And it had to be from April, just absolutely bringing that up over and over again of you're a narcissist, because it was one of his early solo shows when April was supposed to be there. Before he got, this isn't the boringest guy. I get his co-host confused because I don't hate watch this. I watch the clips. Thank you, Spurgtopia, Sam V. Ramirez, and it was Hitman Dan. I believe I pulled clips from Spurgtopia this week. This video is actually from Nat Clo 2.0 on YouTube.
Check out Nat Clo's documentaries and stuff. It's really good. Really good channel. A lot of people, dude, I am so thankful that everybody else can pull these clips and watch this. I started watching again to do the same thing, and Steel Toe started showing up in my algorithm again, so I can't have that. I can't. I don't want to keep getting... If he...
Steel Toe himself is not in my algorithm, but more people goofing on Steel Toe, including a video we'll get to later of a guy that has very few subscribers and threw in the towel a little later. I'm getting those obscure ones, so thank you, algorithm.
Yeah, there you go.
But we do have a special guest to comment on Aaron's set. The late Arlie Ermy is here to give us his opinion. Mr. Ermy, what do you think of the new Steel Toe Morning Show set?
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that? What is that?
Okay, so he is not a fan. The dead Arlie Ermy does not like what's going on there at Aaron Imholt's new set. But you see my set here. I've got the puppets over there. I've got the 8x10s of the Hollywood stills. Mr. Ermy, what do you think of my set?
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that? What is that?
Okay, not a fan of either. Arlie Ermy doesn't like what's going on there. He doesn't like what's going on here. But I am play broadcasting. So taking that into consideration, Mr. Ermy, you see Aaron Imholt's set. You see my set. What do you say to me?
Hell, I like you. You can come over to my house and fuck my sister.
All right. We got a victory there with our good buddy, Arlie Ermy. And let's go ahead and dive into this clip of the new set that Nat Clo 2.0 put out there. Oh, it rhymes. Nice. How did I not notice that before?
Because they don't want to come near him and give him good care. Let's see who this is.
Call from
not Jared.
Not
the slow move in, a little piece by piece of look at this fucking thing. That looks like it belongs on the SS Minnow.
Yes. Right. No, dude, it's like I got a tchotchke wall, but it's not that tacky, dude. I will not put a half a boot on a wall. No shoes on a wall. No boots on a wall.
And still, you're more proud of your wall, but you realize better to bathe in darkness than show that wall.
Yeah, well, there's criticism out there. I'm not handling that right now.
Jared, hello.
Oh, hey, Ron.
Yeah.
What's going on, brother?
What's going on, man?
I love the new studio. Looking great, bro. Looking great. Hey.
And then he's got this whiteboard. We've got the chores list behind him. No, that whiteboard does not belong there. It's better just to have a blank wall there rather than the chores list behind your. He is getting more Dracula-esque with that hairline. Better than our good buddy over at AVGN. I'll give him that. Boy, that poor guy. James Rolfe's hairline is even uglier than Aaron Imholt's hairline.
And James is holding on to a lot less, as far as the Widow's Peak goes. It's just straight up. It's the receding horseshoe all the way back for the angry video game nerd.
And he looked so youthful for so long, and he just hit a fucking wall.
Yeah,
well, hopefully I will be able to hold out a bit longer with these nice looks here. I have not hit a wall like many of my classmates of the class of 2005.
How do I get one of those T-shirts?
Tomorrow morning, we're going to give away T-shirts.
Oh, where? At Stoney's?
No, we're going to give them away on the show. Are you being, oh, sir, are you being silly? Were you going to be silly?
No. I thought, listen, I just turned on the.
His bullshit meter is going off. I actually wouldn't have picked up on that bullshit meter, but he is on high alert, a higher alert than he was with Pod Awful. And we've got a fun clip of Pod Awful fucking with him as well. Oh, actually, maybe I'll go to that one next instead. Well, we've got a few clips we'll get to. This leads into one. We've also got one of Pod Awful messing with him. I don't know,
so good.
Luigi Greenberg, if this is a makeshift studio. If Aaron, I think April is still at his parents' house. Oh, so did you see the whole Pod Awful episode?
Most of it. I watched a lot of it on a replay. Because I knew Jesse was going to get him. And what really bothers me is that fans of Aaron think Aaron stuck it to Jesse, and that is not the case at all.
Not from any of the clips I saw. I've only seen a few clips, so you've seen a lot more of the Pod Awful. And I just pulled one of there was two contenders, but I decided to pull one of the Pod Awful messing with him, which we will get to shortly as we really take a look at what the fuck is that photo, that plaque, Daddy's Joke, DA something, JO, the My Pillow guy right there. Yeah, I'm not sure what the fuck this thing is. Oh boy, did that the backdrop's gone, isn't it? I can't believe I am campaigning for that awful backdrop after shitting on it last episode. But
he really did. He went from worst to the worst. I have no idea what's going on back here. Like you said, the whiteboard is just too much. I can't. Why do you got chores written up? I wish I could read what the chore list was too.
yeah, I can't quite make it out. Maybe it's something concerning the show schedule, but it looks. I'm going to go with chores list because I can't quite make it out. So why not call it a chores? It's adding nothing. So we're going to call it a chores list.
Yeah,
on the stream, brother. I saw the shirts last night. I really want to get one.
Sir, are you being silly?
No, but
Sir?
Let me ask you a question about the studio.
Yeah.
Do you think it would look nicer if you were like...
That's even an update of Stonies. Like we'll see in an upcoming clip the old Stonies. So we'll have to judge if even the Stonies logo is worse.
I think it is because it's the gray gradient into the white makes no sense. Like just cut it off, dude. Just shrink it down, make it smaller.
And it's a very abrupt. Like it is fading from gray to white just very abruptly, and yep. I'm not the best with Photoshop. Like that's something I would do. So maybe Aaron did it himself, and he's just very proud, and he's putting that up on the refrigerator of his show to show all the world.
That's his problem. He will tape every macaroni picture he has ever done up around like it's high art, and it's really just a macaroni picture. The other thing that bothers me about Stoney's Bar is it's owned by a guy named Cheetos, but Stoney's is apostrophe S, like it's the character's bar, which looks like...
Stoney is that little... who do you think it looks like? I was going to just say someone.
It's from BC, dude, from the comic strip, in the comic strip paper.
I was going to say
that's what it looks
Caesar.
Like to me. Right in there, yep.
It
Same
looks like
style.
The brother of Little Caesar, which, of course, as we know, is the worst pizza that there is. Pizza Hut, they put drugs in that pizza. Once I start eating Pizza Hut pizza, I can't stop. Little Caesars, they're doing their hot and ready gimmick to do something, and it tastes exactly like the grocery store pizza. So they gave it the same price point as the grocery store oven pizza.
Yeah, everybody. Dude, I remember when the $5 hot and ready first started. Everybody was on that. I got 2 of them, and that was probably the first, and only in a pinch time have I ever gotten one since then. Because the crust is just not good.
The Rogue Diva has a chore. If Aaron hasn't put it up there, find a new wife. Like he's going to keep going on with this facade that April and him are working it out, and I don't believe you. I don't believe you by my own eyes. You shouldn't. I've seen relationships fall apart, and people try to put them together when they shouldn't. And as an audience, we don't see all of that, but that's what I see.
Oh no, we see it. And on Twitter the other day, he posted a picture where he was mailing out these Stoney's gift certificates and Midland Armory gift certificates. They're not even plastic cards like you would get at a regular place. It's printed out papers that are signed, hand signed by the owner of the business. So it's really strange what he's got going on there as far as his reads and his sponsors go. For his local
Stoney's
area.
Sticking with him. So when he mentions Cheeto later, I didn't know that was the owner of Stoney's, and now I know that random Cheeto drop that I heard at some point is Stoney's. Now I understand.
Yeah. Yep, that's his boy. That's the guy that punched Chad. Apparently,
he acts like I don't know he's fucking around. That is the lamest attempt at fucking around I've ever seen. You gotta
even just zooming into why is your paper there? Even the desk. Nat Chloe is pointing out in these constant zooms. What are you doing here, buddy?
Yeah, like everything is showing. I got a pen right here, but I'm making sure it's everything that you guys see is eye level with me. Like, I don't like that his camera is up, kind of pointing down on him. That so you see everything like that. It should be
you want it level,
framed better.
And a camera looking down in general isn't a flattering look. A camera looking up can look flattering and also gives the illusion of dominance.
I'm taller, right? Exactly.
To jump right in. Here's the problem. You can't do like a setup kind of thing.
Okay, dad jokes. That is a book of dad jokes. I was right around the correct thing on what that was. It is not a plaque. It is dad jokes. Now, I actually would give him points if it was one of the truly tasteless jokes from back in the day. I really enjoyed those.
Yeah, those are fun.
They had a whole chapter on dead babies, a whole chapter on Helen Keller, and there was like 30 or something of them before they finally stopped doing them.
Dude, my mom used to rip on me as a kid. She would call me Helen, like, as in Helen Keller, for doing some blind, dumb thing. Like, that was the insult. I'm like, Jesus Christ, the woman, she's like an American hero. Well,
I didn't know she was a real person for the longest time. I knew all the Helen Keller jokes. I thought it was a fictional character.
No, that's right. And then you read the story and you're like, oh shit, this was a human being.
If you do a setup, I'm going to sniff it out and I'm going to go, all right, fuck off. There was going to be some kind of crack. He was going to make some kind of shitty, whatever kind of joke. And I sniffed it out. And
okay, those one of our beloved chatters was correct. That does appear to be a chore list of the beloved chatters, from what I can tell. And this is that one of his kids' art pieces? Well, as you said, it's probably one of his own macaroni pictures instead of one of his kids.
Look what I did.
I hung up on him.
And now all of you look too.
Now, if he would have come right out with it, if he wouldn't have, here's his problem. He's not nearly as clever as he thinks he is.
We love the hack.
And there is so much of Aaron just shitting on himself like that. Nowhere near as clever as he thinks he is. And to me, that's just like a neon sign. Ding, ding.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm pointing at me, but I should be pointing at Aaron there.
It's him.
I just goofed on myself too.
Wait. Fuck, I can't figure it out. I don't know my left from my right.
Well, yeah, when it's when it's not mirrored, I stopped mirroring it so you can see, you can read the killer clowns from outer space on my shirt. You can read Chef Alf on his apron, rather than like, what the fuck is going on there? Because
wondering what's happening.
Yeah, but initially I was mirroring it because, you have no problem pointing in the right direction when it's mirrored. When it's not mirrored, you got to figure that shit out, and I still slip up on that. There, Aaron just got rid of a troll. He sniffed out the troll, and he was like, "Get out of here." But here in this clip, he kind of contradicts that "get out of here" troll type of attitude
and shit like that. It's really frustrating to deal with those types of people. See, trolls think it's frustrating dealing with me. They're like, oh, he's like this and he's like that. No. Trust me, you're way more frustrating to deal with than I am, because I want to have fun with people who troll in hopes that they become a fan.
Yeah.
But then I
missed opportunity there in that last clip.
Yep, exactly. And he wants people to fuck with him so he can outsmart them. And then, like he said, I got that guy. See, my bullshit meter sniffed that guy out. Right. You're right. It wasn't it wasn't a great call, and he wasn't really doing a good job setting it up. Like how Jesse did. The first thing Jesse got him with was that, all right, April's out, and they were all applauding. And then Aaron, being Aaron, jumped right on it. Yeah, these broads are gone. Let the men hang their dick out, or whatever he was saying, but it was basically that. And then Jesse goes, "No, dude, I meant the month of April. It's May 1st." Like, it was. I know he had planned. I know Jesse planned that like days before. Like, he's gonna get him with that, because Aaron's reactions are so fucking predictable. you can set your watch to it.
And here, as you see by this logo, this is one from Toucan Sam that was posted to Spurgtopia, as Aaron is now contradicting the last video where he was like, "Get out of here, troll," and now saying, "I like the trolls."
They bust their balls back and they got to go, oh, Aaron thinks he's always winning. No, Aaron doesn't care. Aaron doesn't take it seriously. Aaron's not winning.
He hit that care a little too much for me to buy into that. Aaron doesn't care. Oh my God, that was actually very Opie. That was such an Opie.
That was the Opie. That was it. I don't even care.
I don't care.
It was
their balls back and they got to go, oh, Aaron thinks he's always winning. No, Aaron doesn't care. Aaron doesn't take it seriously. Aaron's not winning or losing. Aaron's always losing, like everybody else on the internet, going, yeah, super chats. We're all losers who should go get real jobs. But enough of you stay here that we don't have to go get 9 to 5.
I have a real job.
Except for Matt, who has a real job. But that's why you guys are very frustrated.
Respect earned from Toucan Sam. Yes, I have a real job too. And Spurg Snake is where I was a few months ago, of still working out of having the shits of a terrible, terrible job. We'll have to get you your job helmet and stick you in the job cannon and blast you off into job land where jobs grow on jobbies.
When I went for a walk yesterday, it's not that hard to get a job right now. Everybody in the plaza down by where I'm at had a for hire sign in the window, every single one of them. And a lot of them are retail jobs, and I don't think they're P-testing right now. So maybe I do pick up a part-timer here to keep the lights on. You know what I'm saying?
I cycled myself off of weed only for my own good. I didn't even have to take a P-test at the current job that I'm at. And this is one of the easiest jobs I've ever had. And there is a guy that got hired shortly after me who is struggling. And I'm like, you poor bastard. If you can't get this, I don't know what you can do, man. You can push some carts and you can bag some groceries for you the rest of your life. But even when I have to pick up slack that you're unable to do and do a job and a half and two jobs here, this is still possibly the easiest job I've ever had. And you're just, oh, my job is so hard. I think he's kind of like one of those Boogie 2988 people who's really looking for the sympathy, but him, oh, job is so hard, is just making us all think, well, you're a pussy and you're not good at this job. So that was my little work rant for the show, hopefully.
Yeah, man, get that shit out, vent it out, especially when you got a guy like that on the floor with you. You're just like, God damn it. You got to vent that. Otherwise, you're going to take it out on him.
And thank you once again, Jake Hudson, for liking and sharing. Him sharing on Twitter yesterday did bring in double or triple the viewers that I had. And I actually looked over at the last minute of who was watching where, like 4 people on YouTube, like 18 on Twitter. So thank you for putting that out, Jake, and good luck on scrubbing that Shuli stink off of you, because that is where a lot of us saw you for the first time. Your very curious finger. To me, that's a Shuli bit. Despite it's all you. So good luck scrubbing that Shuli network stink off of you. And
everybody
we have
Shuli.
A fun new beloved chatter with a fun name, Aaron Imholte. We've heard assholt before, but Imholte.
I like Imholte.
I think we were overthinking it, dropping all the assholts. The Imholte I like better than assholt.
More succinct.
Over in Spurgtopia, I did hear about Johnny Crutches is the guy that ran off today, I believe. I actually never knew that guy's name. When we were going over the Spurgtopia Awards, Johnny Crutches was mentioned. And it wasn't until this morning. Oh, that's Johnny Crutches.
Yes, yeah. And his name is actually Johnny. And I've been called, somebody called him Donkey Legs. And so now that's stuck in my head. I just like calling him Donkey Legs now.
I downloaded the show on YouTube Premium and a lot of people are like, actually, the Steel Toe Boring Show subreddit was like, someone download this before it gets deleted. So if he deletes it, I don't know if I'll still have it downloaded on premium. But I saw it was about an hour long. So hopefully I will be able to pull some clips from that, even if he does delete it. Because Aaron has been kind of, any show that he does not like, he gets rid of.
Well, yeah, I've noticed that. There's a big gap from, if you sort his videos by older, there's a couple from 6-7 years ago, and then there's a huge gap, and it starts from about a year ago. And then there's shows missing in that year that he's deleted where he's made a buffoon of himself.
So that last video we watched, Aaron talked about not having a real job. And
it's
here we have a clip of him talking about the problems with taxes. And as I mentioned earlier, an accidental dunk on himself in the process.
It's all there. Easy. You guys trying to jump on that shit. I got to read this. Peter Sky Parker says, you could multiply your Venmo and PayPal donos by 1.4286, or you could just multiply them by 1 and consider it a win for you, since you'll have to pay.
I got to do some math to consider these donations a win. I guess I could have cut this clip down a little bit more than as it appeared. But yeah, we're getting to the point a little bit here.
Business taxes on it anyway. Here's what some people don't understand about business, quote unquote, taxes. They don't exist. You pay payroll taxes as a business. Every month I pay payroll taxes. Every quarter I pay state payroll taxes. When you're a corporation, you pay taxes on your profits. At the end of the year, you pay in it's capital gains, like 15% on whatever profits you make. But joke's on you. My business doesn't make a profit at the end of the year. Ha ha. And then
what an idiot.
Ha ha.
Joke's on you. That one more time. Now that was a wonderful I really showed you
to make, but joke's on you. My business doesn't make a profit at the end of the year. Ha ha. And then ha ha. Ha ha.
This guy is a fucking moron, dude. My business don't make no money. What he's trying to say is he's cheating the system so that he is like netting zero and don't have to pay taxes. But that's not what's happening. Number one, that is not what's happening. And
it looks like Prophet Oner has not seen the new set. You'll know if it's a new episode by the new set, which we did just review. Let's take another look at that. So yeah, most of these are a bit older, and I'm pulling from clips. Prophet Oner. So yeah, when you see this, it is the most recent episodes. Oh boy. It's supposed to be a 3-hour show. A 3-hour show. I have no more SS Minnow jokes. Thought I was going to get on a roll there, but I don't think we need Duke Phillips to admonish me quite yet for that swing and a miss.
If Opie is the captain, then Aaron can be the skipper, and they just need their own little Gilligan to boss around.
Aaron kind of has the lanky Gilligan look to him.
Skipper! Just yelling at him, and Opie would make the worst great team ever.
I think Opie is the professor because he thinks he's just so damn smart, and we've got Bubba the Love Sponge as the skipper. I'm going proportion wise. That Bubba the Love Sponge it looks the most like the skipper of the people of hack radio stardom.
We're gonna put them all on an island. It's gonna be a new show. It'll be worth it.
We'll have to start getting a cartoon together of this Gilligan's Island. I like Aaron as Gilligan, Bubba the Love Sponge. So we still have about 4 more roles to fill out here on this new version of Hack Gilligan's Island. Speaking of which, we've kind of let the cartoon gag of Officer Pussyfoot and Penis Titty fall by the wayside. I believe it was Nimrod or Nimrod and Luigi Greenberg. I get your chats confused. One of us were going back and forth. Those are two very witty, beloved chatters that we're in similar chat rooms together.
By the way, what is this thing?
And as promised, one of the goofs that Pot Awful did, I guess, like Aaron had his defenses up. He had his shields up there for that caller that was about to goof on him. But yeah, I've seen multiple clips where his shields completely failed. It's like the Enterprise versus the Borg. And right here, the Borg ship of Pot Awful just got right through those shields, no problem.
Yeah.
By the way, what is this thing you've been playing this whole time? What is that?
You've got some midget behind you.
I thought this was from StreamYard. This isn't you?
That's you.
I thought this was you.
You've got some midget guy playing behind you. No, that has nothing to do with me.
So I just haven't been able to see you this whole time? I thought that was you.
Are you looking at some Puerto Rican midget?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea what that is.
Okay.
Okay. See, what I think is that Aaron thinks he could outsmart Jesse. Number one. Number two, he had 2-drink minimum courage that night because he was sipping on some wine and then he was washing the wine down with some whiskey and his French onion soup. And he was like, get Melton on the phone, and he dumped Jesse. He was like, all right, you got to go. And he cut the stream with Jesse to answer a fake NLO call.
Get Milton on the phone. I think I have that amongst my clips. I didn't get that ready where he's just almost taking a drink. I need to put that side by side by the gag in Cheech and Chong's next movie where the guy keeps almost burning himself with a cigarette. Aaron almost keeps taking a drink and doesn't quite do it over and over again. And before we move up, Nimrod is working on some lyrics for this new hack Gilligan's Island that we were just speaking of. The marriage started getting rough. The tiny man was crushed. If not for the little tiny cat, the goal would not be touched. The goal would not be touched. Oh, chat. if not for the little of the tiny chat. That was me fucking that up. Cat instead of chat. After I came out, I was like, "What? We don't see the kitty anymore." Well, at least I am not making as much verbal fumbles as I did yesterday on co-host auditions. I think it might have had something to do with my host of the day also having some verbal fumbles, but that was me punching down for once. I'm usually punching up to people with more subscribers. I was punching down to someone with less subscribers.
Ashamed. Pussyfoot and penis titty. Oh my god, dude, what's wrong with you?
Yes, Pussyfoot and Penis Titty. I believe that those are two cops. Pussyfoot is like Carl Winslow in Die Hard, who is the timid one and just doesn't have that killer instinct anymore, where Penis Titty is the rogue. Penis Titty is Mel Gibson in the not Naked Gun, not Loaded Weapon. Lethal Weapon. I remember the parody movie of Loaded Weapon before I did Lethal Weapon. A failed series,
right?
Emilio was the lead in that, and they really wanted that to be a series. That was before National Lampoon's was completely in the shitter. A lot of people don't like that one. It was a dumb comedy, not to the level of other dumb comedies, but I was a fan of Loaded Weapon 1.
Yeah, I liked Loaded Weapon and Hot Shots. Those were both like in the rotation back in the day.
Hot Shots, I've got more of a memory of Hot Shots Part 2 than actually Ryan Stiles. I recall was the pilot who died in the beginning. He had those antlers on, and people mistook him for a deer. But in the second one, he got a different role, and he was there the whole time. So hooray for Ryan Stiles.
Yeah, he's underrated.
And I didn't set up another clip yet. So let's go back to this one over here.
Hobo chili recipe.
A chili recipe?
Hobo chili recipes in the chat. He's a steel toe loyalist.
Okay, so you might not like what we're saying. I haven't gotten that far down in the chat. I'm at this point right here as I'm talking on the show and trying to keep up with the chat. So I don't know how far off I am. I was keeping up with it, but thank you, folks, for making this a very lively chat room.
I'm just messing with these guys.
Oh, according to Easy in the chat, you're actually the guy, the male host who has the boobs in the outfit.
I'm the boob guy?
I say.
They seem pretty.
Mine are small. This shirt does nothing for my tits, but everything for my arms.
Mine seem pretty flat, but...
Okay, I'm actually going to sneeze.
Now, do it.
And here's something fun that Hackverse Anonymous picks up on and shows us is all the time he fiddle fucks around with his microphone. And yeah, I need to do something about my man boobies before I go and Hulk Hogan on the show. The audience hasn't seen them, so I've got plausible deniability that my pecs look like a man's, but not you, Aaron. We saw them multiple times. Those are B cups.
No, he gave up the goods early on. I think it was in front of Kumia he ripped his shirt. Like, he was on with them, and I think that just like Red Bar getting ready to touch a fork to his arm, they tricked him into doing it. That's one of the tests, dude. It's like, hey, do this stupid thing so we can laugh. And if the person does it, then you know they're like trying to be part of the group more than they need to be. And it makes you lose respect for him as a man. And then you see his tits and you lose even more respect for him as a man.
The Rock, he actually had those bitch tits that he got the surgery back in the late 90s to get rid of those bitch tits. And I don't think I can afford those. I've just got to do, and the THC, like it's been proven too much THC over a long period of time. So I may just be completely fucked. This is the first time I've cycled off of weed. Well, the second time since I was 18. The first time I was on probation, I needed to stop. I needed to pee in a cup for about a year. So it was indeed time for me to cycle off and hopefully stop these from. Whoop.
Yeah, you don't need B cups, THC cups.
Yes, that is correct. THC cups. I accidentally am giving myself.
Do it. Oh, it was a little cough sneeze. It was a little girl sneeze. Now, Easy, here's what I'm going to tell you between you and me, buddy. And this is to help you. Like when someone comes into the show and they hate it at first, I always love talking to them because in 6 or 7 minutes, they're fans of the show.
Shite.
First of all, they appreciate the attention. Second of all, we're kind of funny.
Once again, going along with the theme that I was establishing before taking a little detour to Pod Awful of he converts the troll. He is the troll whisperer. Yeah. Thank you, Hackverse Anonymous, for putting that shite there for us. We don't even need to add it.
Shite.
But Easy. You have to understand that if you're making a boob joke about this show, you're staring at my tits. This is not a good look for you. I look however I look. And I don't have very obvious, like, Meatloaf in Fight Club titties.
Well, that's definitely shite.
So that means that you're getting in there like this.
Shawnetta likes a man's physique, and Aaron is taking a pass on.
You're getting it like you're really.
Oh boy! Oh boy!
I was just gonna say he's doing the spider crawl.
That bend over was really.
You're getting in there like this.
That is exposing those titties as being low hanging. And Hackverse Anonymous, Citizen M. While we're talking of clippers, I was sleeping on Citizen M for too long. He does a great fucking job, and no clips from him today because he does such a great job. There's nothing more that I can add. Every time I've seen it, I'm like, this is complete. This is a work of art. Just I have nothing to commentate over. Whereas, the My Lost Interest, he gets flack for not adding anything. If you want to just see the clips as they happen, that's My Lost Interest. And Hackverse adding a few jokes here, but letting us see it as it was.
You're getting it like you're really. Honestly, you're probably taking in too much of a visual and then commenting on my tits. This is a you problem, and I need you to be better than that. Please, for my sake, because you're going to be here a while. You're going to be a big fan of the show. Easy's going to have green lettering on his name within the next week. I can't have you staring at my tits that closely. It's going to make you feel things about yourself and your sexuality that you've never felt before. Believe me, I've seen it a million times. Don't argue with me.
And I don't know if we're going to get to the projection clips today. I have noticed Aaron does a lot of projecting. It is quite fun, the projection that Mr. Imholte does.
And it's also going to make me feel like I'm being watched, and that's going to make me self-conscious, and then I'm not going to put on a good performance. So for the sake of your dormant homosexuality, and for the sake of my self-confidence and self-image, let's just stop staring at my tits, please. I'm up here. Burnside says, your body is awful, Aaron. We know it.
The zoom ins, very nicely done, Hackverse Anonymous. April just absolutely not amused there at all.
Burnside says, your body is awful, Aaron. No. We know it bothers you. See, like, this is the thing about the internet that they need to work on. It's like, it's the same thing when they're trying to convince themselves that something's bad. Johnny and I were talking about this.
Yeah.
With the hot tub stream.
Sure.
People are like, people who hate me or hate Nick, they watch it and they go, this is a bad look for them. I'm like, guys, we're having a great fucking time. And we're kind of hoping you guys spurg out over it because it's kind of funny to us. So it's not a bad look. You're trying to convince yourself that it's a bad look. Same thing with Burnside. He needs me to be ashamed of my body. He needs me to be bothered by my body.
He is bothered by his own body. I know it. He's doing it now. He clutches himself to hide it all the time. He's always wrapping himself up so he doesn't fall apart.
I make too many jokes about my own body to be bothered by.
Me too. People say time and time again, like, ooh, she doesn't have any tits in this relationship. I'm like, right, I don't. So it doesn't hurt me anymore.
My mouth says different.
My hair's terrible. My face is ugly. I've got a giant forehead. Yeah. I need to eat a cheeseburger. I've heard
the Megamind jokes, the cone head. So if you would just the bangs, which beloved chatter that put in my Discord, April with bangs. She actually kind of looks Taylor Swifty. She looks very attractive with bangs. So could really solve that problem on your own, Miss Imholte, with that big ol' head jokes. But if it doesn't bother you, then don't need the bangs. If it does, get them bangs.
Yeah, bangs would be better. And I also still am pushing that Aaron is, he's got Klinefelters for sure, dude. Zero chest hair. There's no way he shaves his whole body all the time. He can't grow any facial hair. He's got boobs. He's all torso. Even his own fans said so. I saw you, Jabra. He complains about his hips hurting and joint pain. He's got an extra lady chromosome. I'm 100% sure.
Heard a lot of things.
Devil Pup says, sorry we made you change your shirt yesterday. Yeah, did you miss that yesterday during the prize show?
What happened?
I was wearing my Under Armour polo.
Yeah, the gray one.
I like that shirt.
It's not my favorite, the one that you have, but okay.
But they were saying that my tits looked terrible in it yesterday. And it fucked with me so much that I actually went into the laundry room, grabbed my Hack Comedian shirt out of the dryer, and put it on.
And this happened to Ray DeVito too. I think it was 3 different shirts. So at least Aaron only had a single wardrobe change, unlike Mr. DeVito, who changed his shirt like 2-3 times that one stream because he couldn't stand people goofing on his shirt.
Yeah, that was so funny. And he changed his shirt on camera. Dummy.
because I didn't want to deal, because I was stressed out about keeping the prize show stuff. I was stressed out about not having any show prep done.
Yeah.
And I was stressed out about feeling like I wasn't doing well. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not dealing with tit allegations as well. And I went and changed the shirt.
Flashback.
Aaron, your man tits are unforgivable. What are my, I don't have any tits tonight. What are they? There's nothing going on here. People are saying not a flattering shirt. Oh my.
Yeah, that's showing off your THC cups. I don't know if you've got the THC cups, but
oh, I do.
I've got to. We're honest about our THC cups, and I got to drop some weight before I take some pictures without this shirt on. Faux show.
Oh my God, they're just going off. They are terribly perky. Tremendous titty shirt tonight. Aaron's jealous the priest didn't find him attractive. I mean, like, if you're gonna, I don't want to get into it. See, Jake in the Hudson even saying that shirt is not flattering, Tubby. Do we have clean clothes? I'm about to go in the laundry and grab clean clothes. And I am.
Attention parents of boys who took Risperdal. Risperdal, a medication for the treatment of...
And Hackverse Anonymous is going a different route. Rather than Kleinfelter's, he believes that him treating his autism and bipolar disorder caused the big old titties.
It's a side effect from his ADHD medicine.
Fuck you guys. I'm gonna go grab a new shirt.
All right, that was a nice little retort to us goofing on Aaron.
I'm feeling remarkably exposed at the moment. Give me 1 second, and I will be back.
2 seconds later.
That was respectable in the 80s. They were about to play a fun little ditty that I learned from the boys over at OSW Review. And then, put on the Northern Boys. Nobody likes me.
All right.
In order to change his shirt.
Now I'm ready. That doesn't happen very often. Usually I have someone sitting next to me who will go, no, you don't look like a giant bag of shit. And then I'll feel better. But today I didn't have that.
You know what this is? It's the world's smallest violin.
So today, I'm just going to go change my shirt. MSO says that's a win for us. Absolutely. Jim's Jazz says sit proper, retard. I see now I'm falling apart. Tigger next door says now you look like you could cut diamonds. Thank you.
You know what I've been craving lately because somebody mentioned it?
My dick.
That was good. That right there is good.
Fantastic
Like, yeah,
zoom in of Aaron satisfied with herself and her. No, not craving it.
There was a comment that went by earlier that they think that part of it is everybody picking on Aaron's appearance made Scrimpy's eyes open up a little more. That's part of it. I also think that she lost a lot of respect for him because of his shitty attitude towards her. I just think she stopped, all right, fuck you kind of thing. And you can see that in the last few shows that they hosted together. She's just she started fighting back a little bit and it was getting good, but I don't think he could take it. I think he would bring shit up off air about how she was behaving on air, and it precipitated into her losing more respect for him as a person.
I might actually have to watch those episodes to try to pull clips. The last episode, it was suggested to get a female opinion on here because we were conjecturing why April is no longer attracted to him, and I have a female divorce specialist in mind. But yeah, I would like to bring her on for an episode where we have heavy Aaron goofing on April through the chat type of clips, and I don't have enough of those accumulated yet.
Right. And I know there's enough where he'll just read something that's shitty to her and he'll laugh about it, and she won't take it right. Like it's him using the chat to beat up on her a little bit. And
I've seen a few of those. I wish I would have had those earmarked. I just started thinking of that last show, so it must have been during the first show, accumulating clips that I found it, and I might even played it on the first show already instead of saving it for a female divorce expert.
We do need one.
Oh, yes. That's shite.
We love the hack version.
So that was that clip. Ahab believed it was his feud with Little Lemmy that opened April's eyes to how he disrespects women. And I'm actually not privy to his feud with Little Lemmy. I'm familiar with Lemmy. She's been making more appearances on the BYB podcast recently, but I don't know too much about her, and or that Aaron has a lot of feuds with ladies. There was that radio broadcaster in Minnesota that took his job. Elisa Jordana, I understand. That one I get.
Fair enough. That one's fair enough. She's a wild one. Yeah, no, he was really egregious to the woman that got the job that he wanted. And he was like that on the radio, except he was married to Ashley LaRue at the time. And she would call in and check his ass every so often. But yeah, that's one of his gimmicks. He's taking the shock jock radio thing and cloning it for his own use without understanding the fundamental of being funny about it. He's just coming off as an asshole, and instead of a likable asshole. I don't know how to explain it, but you could be a dick and still be a fun, acceptable jerk. You know what I mean? I don't know.
It is, like the anti-hero, kind of the
right.
90s motif, the Stone Cold Steve Austin and Howard Stern of the 90s that were an absolute shithead, but people loved him. And writing that line is difficult to do. And that is indeed what Aaron's trying to do. So good luck with that. You haven't found that fine little tightrope act of
right.
The likable asshole.
Right. There needs to they both Aaron and Mersh need to offer up something a little more endearing than what they're doing.
And I've only watched Mersh Revenge of the Sis in clips. I do know they got a nice deal over at Rumble, and more of us do need to go over to Rumble as a fish lunch. And since they live in Miami, that's a good fish lunch. Down there in Tampa, Miami, all that Florida area, right next to the water, it's going to be a quality fish lunch.
Yeah, that's the one thing I don't like about the Midwest is we get zilch in seafood. It's all fresh water fish. Ugh, not too good. Not too good.
Growing up, Baltimore adjacent, it was all about the crabs. The blue crabs. Summer season was, and parents, new parents. Had to learn the kids' hands, the motor skills aren't there. Once you accumulate your little pile of crab meat, that, oh boy, I'm really going to enjoy this, gone with a little. I remember when I finally got to the age of like, all right, you're doing this shit now. And you had the mallet. I preferred just having the butter knife. I didn't use the mallet that often. That was actually a whole scene in that one Julia Roberts movie where everyone from Maryland is like, haha, he doesn't know how to do it. And everyone else in the country is like, with Richard Gere, and like, how the fuck are they doing this?
I miss good seafood. I need to get some lobster, garlic butter sauce, cheddar biscuits. I think I'm gonna go to the Red Lobster and get some manufactured seafood.
That does scratch that itch. When
this was like around 228.
When it's the only thing around, that'll work.
Oh geez, look at this set. This is the old template.
The 2-camera setup. We have Aaron and Johnny Crutches reacting to the old setup, and this was actually something that drove me up a wall because the double camera was never perfect. We've got this steel teal toe morning shorning show here, and stuff like that always bugged the hell out of me because
Yeah.
it was always some variation of that, of the steel teal toe morning shorning show, as we see here.
Dude, and I think it's just to be an illusion of it's a bigger room than where they're sitting, because they are right next to each other. That table that they sit at it's the same size as this desk, maybe a little bit bigger. I couldn't sit that close to somebody else doing a podcast, like elbow to elbow. I'm fidgety.
And April is actually having a good day here. I was going to call her a Minnesota 9 again, but after seeing her in the bikini, as I've said, a little bit of tone or a little bit of fat, you can work your way back up to a Minnesota 9 in my eyes.
I agree.
Seeing the bony figure, Minnesota 8. Some people prefer that. Little tone or a little fat, and you'll work your way back up to a Minnesota 9 in my eyes.
Personally, I'm a thicker guy. I like a thicker lady, and there's a couple other guys out there. I'm going to get all you guys out here into Northeast Ohio, and we can go lady hunting, because there's plenty of them out here. Girls that look like April, we used to call Parma girls. Parma is like a suburb south of Cleveland, and they all look just like her from 2000 to about 2009. Chunky blonde streaks, same type of look every time. If April was from the 2000s, I guarantee you she would have a tramp stamp tattoo right above her ass crack, if she doesn't already.
If April was from the 80s and took that hair up to about here, that would also take her back to a Minnesota 9 for me. I've always been a fan of big hair. The 1980s big hair, I'm a fan. It takes up an entire point for me, making your hair 1980s big.
You get a B-52's beehive bouffant type thing. Stack it straight up. And
it was like around 228.
Oops, sorry, I cut you off there.
It'll help accent the forehead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a big forehead, big old. You're going
hair.
with beehive. I'm going with the teased up. The beehive, whatever, but the teased up.
Some Aquanet.
A lot of Aquanet. A whole darn can for one night of Aquanet. That was what helped the ozone go away. Was 1980s hairstyles.
Oh man,
yeah. Not the svelte 217 you see in front of you. Stupid fuck. Hey, 1.0. It was way the fuck up here. I brought it down here. Me and John Lastman together. Hey, babe. Oh, this was about Johnny Rock's ratings going all the way down. Look at how funny she used to think I was.
Yeah.
Look at how entertained she used to be by me.
Oh, another accidental dunk. How funny she used to think I was.
Dude. I guarantee you this guy cannot think and then not say what's on his mind. He has zero delay between what pops in his brain and what comes out of his mouth. And that's why he says dumb shit like that and doesn't realize it.
Hog hunting. I am down for some hog hunting. FTW nil. We both of us here, we are down for that hog hunting. We have got when it is hog season instead of Imholte season. I am down to do some hog tying.
Guys are silly.
She used to think I was. Look at how entertained she used to be by me. Oh, that actually makes me sad. Don't send me this clip. This clip actually makes me sad. Oh, I have popcorn.
So, kind of there admitting this relationship isn't what it once was, and you're not going to glue it back together like you want to. Just not going to happen.
No, and like we were saying earlier, he's going to keep up that she's still in the house thing until he can't. He literally has to get caught. Only because he doesn't want to show like the divorce clock webpage. He doesn't want that to be a victory for anybody. But like everybody else explained, whether they stay together and be miserable or they get divorced and the internet wins. It's a win-win for us because we're going to watch him be miserable either way. And watching him dance around his own lies is pretty fun.
King Yeti does bring a point that April being equal or better at manly activities than I am does make her a bit hot. Back in Maryland, seeing a country girl, little teeny lady, get up in the big old raised pickup truck, that added a level of hotness to her.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So
yeah, and she can shoot a gun.
Agree there.
So
here we have a little bit of a begging compilation. This appears to be all from the same episode. 3 different clips that I put together of Aaron. This is really what your downfall was. What was this? Let's meet the goal. We need to meet the goal. This is exactly what you goofed on Darkside Phil for. This is what turned us almost fans. I call myself an almost fan. I watch your clips. I've never watched a show. But these clips of, come on, we need that money is why the St. Cloud divorce show exists. Why I goofed on you. And people liked it so much, they were like, do this more often. So thank you, folks, for supporting this and getting me 100 new subscribers just from this show alone, the St. Cloud divorce show.
Nice.
Although it does appear I'm starting to get a cult following for TikTok around the clock. If it does go away, I will have to ask my friend in Toronto to send me some recordings of TikTok Live. The no mustaches. Mustaches are not allowed. It appears to be very popular with the entire audience. And
that was a good video, man. That was really good.
I'm glad I stuck around. Like, I kind of have the rule that I want the clips to be around a minute to 2 minutes so it doesn't get old, but we stuck there for 5-6 minutes with mustaches are not allowed, which you can see in its raw form on my channel or on TikTok around the clock episode 40. I have to start cutting segments and drop one daily. The recommendation of Hackride, that he said that's how you tickle the balls of the algorithm, is by releasing a video a day.
A good reach around for the algorithm ought to help you out. My favorite part of that, real quick before we move on, is like it was popping up on her face, the hat and mustache, and she was like shaking violently back and forth out of frame, and her hair was waving all around everyone. It was so damn funny, dude. And Luigi keeps saying it the right way. It's mustache. Get that mustache off my pretty face.
Mustaches are not allowed. But it was the elephant trunk that really got her to jump up. No,
that's even worse. I was that dude.
You got a wiener. Celebrate it like Jim Norton does, celebrating his wife's wiener.
Oh, geez, I learned a lot about Jim Norton and his wife this past week.
Yes, Comedy Shaman did an episode on Jim Norton and his Viking wife, and you were there. It actually, a lot of people apparently thought Jim Norton was joking all those years that he talked about really love. I took him for his word, and now that he's got all this material of him and his wife doing shows, and oh my God, that bed, that apparently they're both pissers. She is a squirter still, even without having a vagina.
Oh man, the mattress was that was enough. Like I was like you. I took him at his word. I believed him, but now he's like exploiting it. Like he's putting it all out there, and that's what I said on Shaman Show. I was like, dude, you're supposed to do not. This isn't public. This isn't for the public. You're supposed to keep something. Hide your shame. God damn it.
Yeah, having he found he had the right balance with the enjoying lady penises on the Opie Anthony show. The lady penis is all up in our face now, and yeah, it was a bit much. And but it's his wife. I suppose since he chose this trans woman as his wife, that lady penis is going to be in our face no matter what, because it's his wife.
Yep.
And King Yeti pointing out good attitudes on women are automatic points. That was the last lady I was casually dating. Physically, she did nothing for me, but I was really trying to make it work because she had a great personality, a great attitude, but and I know it had to really hurt her when she asked me point blank, what is it? Do you not find me attractive? Point blank, I got to be honest, no.
Yeah, but still, the truth hurts, but sometimes you'd rather, it's just easier to be honest and take the punch, you know? At least you didn't get into her pants and then lead her on for 3 months and then have to break up because you were just thirsty, you know?
Yeah, I could have gone in those pants a few times. She wanted it, and I have done that before. Of like, it has been a while. You, who I wouldn't go for, get in.
Yeah.
I need to get the rocks off. But yeah, I respected her enough to not take the bait that she was throwing out there, and really give her false hope because I was hoping that it would work out. Definitely a balance of personality and physical. And to me, the physical was just so much that I was like, maybe the personality can make up for it. Maybe the personality can make up for it. Until I was at point blank, and I've got to be like, nope, physically not doing it. Can't do it. Kim Nicholson not knowing what a half a bundle of sticks is. Over in France.
You feel bad? You can answer
well, the UK, Europe in general. I was kind of letting a word fly here for a little bit, calling myself a half an F, half a gay F for a little while, and then noticing how many people were censoring that word out. Even Revenge of the Cis clips on YouTube is censoring out the half an F. I decided to use the European version of calling myself a half a bundle of sticks rather than the half of an F.
Yeah.
Chipper said is a peck of sucker.
Nice one, Chip.
Fuck yeah. I was hoping that Comedy Shaman had unearthed a video because it was years ago. Jim Norton had talked about trying to be with a woman with a strap and couldn't do it. I was hoping there was more evidence that he tried it with his wife, but it kind of ambiguous on if he's tried that with his wife. We do know from his time at Opie and Anthony, he tried to be with a woman with a strap and couldn't do it.
Yeah, him and Patrice had a good conversation about it too. But yeah, I think Jim he's a half a bundle of sticks at the very least. And I think his Viking wife dominates the shit out of him at home.
And there is terminology for that nowadays, because there's terminology for fucking everything. Homo flexible. You are a homosexual if you suck a man's cock. You are homo flexible if you suck a woman's cock.
Or hetero flexible too, right?
I actually haven't heard hetero flexible, but I would imagine hetero flexible and homo flexible should be complete synonyms.
Right. Okay. Fair enough.
But nice little sidetrack of a little half a bundle of sticks talk. And I am a half a bundle of sticks because I like Electra, am a switch and enjoy doing kink stuff with a lady who is a switch, who will both top and bottom. So that makes me a half a bundle of sticks.
Fair.
Great t-shirt design, by the way, Luigi Greenberg, throwing that together real quick. The 100% switch, as we saw on Catch 22 last night.
Good show last night. Good show. I'm always happy to catch that. That's why. Quick show segment. Family Feud's like Wednesday, Saturday, and music streams are whenever.
Yeah, since we're getting into plugs, let's go ahead and plug all the things over on Spurg Snake's channel. As he mentioned, Wednesdays and Saturdays, you're trying to get away from other people's streams. Like, it's impossible to get away from everyone's streams. Like I overlap a half hour with our buddy Bobby Fran, and Electra you'll see stopping in, but she's a mod over there. So you can head over there after this to check out our buddy Bobby Fran, or split it half and half. I chose 11:30 rather than 11 because Milton was eaten into my views. My early viewers were also fans of Milton. So I was like, to have anyone watching, I need to give that extra 30-minute buffer. And then he changed his damn times, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, no, son of a bitch. It's the
and
same.
Milton being off is why we're here today on a Wednesday. For those looking to get in the veins, some goofing on Steel Toe, Wednesday has been consistently Milton's day off.
Yeah, we're here for that Steel Toe fix this morning. And I agree. It's like you just find yourself, no matter what, you're going to be stepping on somebody's toes. So that's why I'm just trying to like establish those 2 nights for Family Feud. And that's really, really kind of the most consistency I'm going to have for a little bit.
And once I chose 11:30 a.m. Eastern, I decided that's the time you can catch me, keep some consistency. That's where you can find me Tuesday through Thursdays doing co-host auditions. The St. Cloud Divorce Show, Successful Failures, where we talk about a television show or a movie that was a failure commercially, critically, but we loved. And Once Over with Kaylee, Lucy Tightbox will be joining us to talk about Greg the Bunny next Thursday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern. And you actually confused that with a different show. So I don't know if you've even seen Greg the Bunny. This might be brand new to you when we get into it with Lucy Tightbox. Once Over with Kaylee.
I can't wait. That's going to be an interesting one because I confused it with Unhappily Ever After, which was the Married with Children clone. That was on Fox,
I believe same producers. So like they were a one-trick pony, basically, those producers. Oh, and Nikki Cox. I am developing the Thotty 32 for a little audience participation of the 90s hotties, and Nikki Cox is definitely somewhere in there. We've definitely got the top 4 of the Thotty 32 set, the top 4 seeds. And how do I decide the seeding? It's who I drop the most seed to. That is who is the top seeds. Came up with that little play on words last night. So that's what we are going to with the Thotty 32 tournament of the 90s hotties. Once I actually should start writing these down. So far, I've just been able to remember them in my mind. But at some point, we'll have that little fun audience participation thing going. And I didn't throw up this shill segment flashy sign yet. I've got to strobe it myself.
Discords, Twitter, all the things. Yay.
Yes, I have a Discord. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell to remind you that this fucking idiot is going live and he's going to say something stupid, or Duke Phillips is going to come in and admonish him for not having a joke. We haven't seen him yet, so let's just give you a taste of when I slip up. We do have Duke Phillips to come and say this to me.
Where's the joke? Sir, we're on the air. I know we're on the air, but where's the joke?
Fun couple of episodes we had with the critic, and looking back in hindsight, not as big a fan as I was, but people have done the parody movie genres better and worse since then. It was very unique at the time, not as unique, not as Saizan Z. my brain went to that guy. That was
unique.
That made no sense to make that reference there at all. But my brain from going to unique goes to Saizan Z. That's as was called the barnacle on the world of comedy. Saizan Z. Dude, there is the link to my Discord. And more on Saizan Z?
Yeah. He won the lawsuit against Brendan Schaub. Brendan Schaub lost a lot of fucking money trying to sue that guy.
That's right. Brendan Schaub, when he was trying to silence people goofing on him, fucking sued Saizan Z unique. And good for him. Because, that was a bullshit lawsuit of these people are making fun of me. I am going to get rid of these people by suing them. So nicely done by the little guy who has domestic problems with his wife and mother-in-law. Oh, I gotta find that clip where when his mother-in-law jumped into the closet that he's broadcasting in and was fucking pounding him. Very silly guy, that unique fellow.
Yeah, it's a very unique house.
And going back to what we find attractive in women, Hobo Chili Recipe likes it when they shut up and get back in the kitchen. That's a 3-pointer for him.
Go make me a sandwich.
After watching the No Mustaches video, you have to rewatch and read the live chat. Yes, the chat's going by on both my chat and the chat that's happening live on TikTok around the clock. Adds multiple dimensions to what's going on that mustaches are not allowed.
Dude, I enjoyed that so much. It was a good find.
Very lucky to have stumbled upon that, because TikTok lives aren't saved. If you don't catch them in the moment, they're gone forever. And I caught that in the moment. And I was like, this belongs. That's just the TikTok speed dating. I've actually just let my phone roll for about 20 minutes with a TikTok speed dating. So hopefully I'll be able to pull some, because sometimes it's just fucking boring. Sometimes it is great. Tony the Tiger would approve. So I was setting up this begging segment earlier. Now getting back to it, of Aaron doing the thing that really turned us tweeners, us almost fans, into not a fan at all. Was this come on, hit that goal.
Oh my, $50 away from today's goal. Thank you guys very much. Hey, let's knock out the last end of that. What do you say? $50 is the number we've got.
And from the Spurgtopia Discord, they decided to zoom in on Johnny Crutches during this to get him kind of just I'm going along with this. This is it's a living. He's sitting there like a piece of Flintstones equipment. It's a living.
Left, and we've got 8 minutes left in regulation here to knock out that last 50. Oh boy. I tell you this, we're a popular fucking show.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people who feel incredibly threatened by the fact that we exist.
It's been a couple of shows. I guess we didn't goof on them on the second show for we're having a good time. We're a great show. I'm a funny guy. That's another thing that's very funny about Aaron that he should stop doing is stating when we're having a good time, stating when it's a good show.
We got a good show. It's a fun show lined up. We got a good show. But first, let's knock out that goal. That his remarkable goal.
I really don't understand the sense of danger that I give people, that they need to go, do we need to get him? If we don't get him, what? We're going to make quasi-funny statements about news stories?
We're going to talk out our ass and then go home.
Quasi-funny.
Oh, no.
Oh, man. I mean, on Monday shows.
I'm going to go empty out.
All right. And
and here is the Stoney's bar. So it is the exact same logo. But yeah, I like the black better than the gray and white gradient.
Yeah, that
downgrade.
looks a lot better.
Downgrade from the set. Downgrade for the Stoney's logo just by switching the color from black to gray to white gradient. Double downgrade.
Let's, by the time Johnny gets back, let's have this thing nailed. By the way, thank you to those of you following us on Rumble today. Got quite a few new Rumble followers. We appreciate it. $40
This is a newer clip
away from today. Come on, guys. We've had a great day. We really have.
Great day. Had a great day. Yeah, this must have been right before they switched the set. So come on, 50. All right, 40. And it's $40. You're really giving me the cringes by harping on this $40 for as long as you do.
No, Steel Toe Studios are not handicap accessible. They need to get a grant from the city to put in a wheelchair ramp. Mr. Hobo Chili Recipe. Sorry, I caught that in the chat.
Yeah, I'm still catching up on chat. I'm actually only at the part where people are starting to give suggestions for the Thotty 32. Pamela Anderson is actually my number 4 seed. Carmen Electra, Sarah Michelle Gellar, and Jennifer Love Hewitt in my personal seeding are above her. So definitely tops. If the Rogue Diva was putting it together, he has dropped more seed to Pamela Anderson than anyone else in the 90s.
Oh man, yeah,
Arthur for Hobo Chili Recipe.
It was pretty much most of the cast of Baywatch that got a lot of young teenagers through puberty.
I don't know if we're gonna have like, to me, the second hottest, Yasmin Bleeth. I'm the other biggest fan of from the Baywatch hotties, and there's a lot to choose from with the Baywatch hotties. But what immediately comes to my mind is Yasmin Bleeth. She could get my $40.
Yeah, she was the brunette to Pam Anderson's blonde, right? That was like or were they even on the show at the same time? I can't remember. Damn, it feels like so long ago.
I'm not sure if they were on the show at the same time, but she was in Basketball. That's how I actually became familiar with Yasmin Bleeth, and then realized she was a Baywatch girl after the fact of watching Basketball.
That was a good
fucking rally for these last 2 minutes. What do you say? Everybody throw something in.
Oh, God.
We'll knock this out. We'll call it a W. I hate when we have these days where we fucking fall apart at the end. Where it's like at 7 o'clock, you're like, shit, we're at 150. We're killing it. Crushing it today. And then the last 2 minutes is just me shaking a can going, guys, 40? 40? What do you say? 40? Can we do 40? Let's do it.
Oof, no. Oh boy, if you're gonna harp on this $40, it's like the paper boy in Better Off Dead. $2. He's there with his bike. $40.
And
let's
he always harps for that goal, like, and then he does math. He will not listen to anybody and just add 30% to the goal. He has to do all this ridiculous, weird math.
That's right. He does the math. No, we take it off. We take $5 off after $8 comes in, because that's right. He does the math where the numbers seem screwy.
It's to obfuscate whatever that word is. He's trying to hide what he's really making. And that's why his business doesn't make money, is because he thinks he's juggling money around and he's playing the system, but really he's just fucking broke.
Well, luckily, his business does not make a profit. Ha ha.
Yeah, I know. And that's what he banned me for, was me ripping on him for begging for his bill money. He was like, that's remarkably not true. How is that remarkably not true, dude? Where other income do you have? And he let that sort of slip. He has a nest egg. He's got to be paying himself. If the show brings in $100,000 a year, he's paying himself 80. You know what I mean? Like, that's his payroll.
And we do have some chatters in here that have said that they goof on him and he rolls with it. But there's some things that he has just got quite the sensitive nerve about, that
right.
He does ban a lot of people, and other people he can roll with it. It's when you hit that certain nerve that you go on the ban list.
He's really moody. It's high estrogen levels to make him very emotional. And on the wrong day, if you pick the wrong word, he will let you know. Greg Shells, again, just like Opie.
I think I just might have said a phrase that annoys Hobo Chili Recipe. Who is people in the chat? That bugs me, because no one ever says the thing. I think I just said the thing that bugs you, that Aaron says. I pulled an Aaron.
And what bothers me is that he has created a persona called the internet. It's just these internet people. It's like we're all one person, but we're not. I don't like him because he's unlikable. I don't have any anger or hate. I just want to fuck with him because I would be if we were in a class together, I would be clowning him every day. He'd be getting bullied every day, easily.
And once again, I can relate this to the mustaches are not allowed. Cleansing from the transphobes. No, we're not a transphobe. You are feeding the trolls. I wasn't eating that troll food, but you threw all this troll food out, and now I'm gonna eat it.
Yeah, well, he runs a all-you-can-eat troll buffet. It's always stocked.
Right now,
please. Sorry.
All good. I'm getting better at realizing when you're wrapping up. But yeah, still stepping on you at times. Very much like Daisy Wawa was stepping on that guy last night over on Catch 22.
Dude, she was mauling somebody's back. I would.
A listener-supported program. Our audience keeps us going. Throw us a couple of bucks, and we'll nail it. J Bra says, pretend it's Saturday night, put on your fire-spitting pasties, and dance for the goal. I appreciate that you think I'm that pretty. All right, guys, 1 minute left. Please, thank you. Let's do this. $40. That's it. $40 is all we need to do. Otherwise, we have overtime coming on credit, and then we're going to have to beg you during that.
I have decided we are going to overtime, despite the fact of being $40 away. So the thing is, I'm going to have to turn the begging up to 11.
Yeah, that's it. And that's what everybody keeps calling him on, too. It's like, dude, don't act like you're not going to do the extra half an hour because you're going to do it to try to squeeze that last $40 out of it. Again, if he would just raise the goal, make it $500 in the morning and $300 at night. That would cover all his expenses without him having to do silly math. And truthfully, he should not be having to ask so hard. See,
and I am going back and forth with subjects that I've already gone over as I catch up to the chat. Noxzema girl Rebecca Gayhart is 100% on the list. She makes the list.
And Hobo Chili Recipe said Species Girl. That's Natasha Henstridge. That was probably one of the best pair of boobs I've seen. That played at the drive-in with the cable guy. We talked about the cable guy a few weeks back.
Oh, her titties were all over that movie. I loved catching that on Cinemax at 10 p.m. Usually you had to wait till 2 a.m. to get that much titties on Cinemax.
Good old days, man. We got
And as King Yeti is pointing out of all the Thotty 32 90s ladies, Pam's gorgeous cooter is the only cooter we've seen of the bunch.
Yes. Yeah, she did Playboy spread. Drew Barrymore did a Playboy spread.
Carmen Electra did a Playboy spread, but I'm talking about the honeymoon video, because Playboy is very tasteful with their little bit of vagina, whereas we really got familiar with her cooter in that honeymoon video.
I'm gonna have to refresh my memory.
Oh, it's got to be easily accessible. I'm sure it's easily accessible. I would be surprised. I haven't searched for that in forever. I have searched for lemon stealing whores. Thanks to Tomatom for reminding me of that classic porno video with Haley Page and Joanna Angel. Oh, I love me some Joanna Angel. Lemon stealing whores, quite the moment, quite the film in porno history. And after rewatching that, without a shadow of a doubt, those pornographers are better filmmakers than James Rolfe.
Dude, it's one of those cases where James thought he could do something that, I don't know. It's like eating food, like you eat all these gourmet dinners, but then you think you can chef it up in the kitchen because you ate the dinner. You know what I mean? Like, he consumed movies, so he thought he could direct movies after taking a community college course.
Looks like I'm way behind on the chat. I really got the chat going with the 90s hotties. And
there's all kinds of stuff going on. Yeah, I've been kind of catching it out of the corner of my eye.
Yeah, I'm trying to catch back up with the chat, but I did see it's a good idea, this Thotty 32, for some audience participation. And oh yes, Noxzema Girl and Luigi Greenberg pointing out that Yasmin Bleeth, similar qualities to Tiffany Amber Thiessen, That does make me think, should I do one or the other? Because Tiffany Amber, she would win out if it's one or the other between her and Yasmin.
Yeah, I do like Tiffany Amber Thiessen. I also liked the girl that played Lisa. Lisa
Turtle?
Yeah. I can't remember her. I knew her name, but I can't remember it off the top of my head.
She's looking odd these days. I think she went to the same plastic surgeon as Lil' Kim.
That's what I heard. I heard she went to some bad plastic surgeon and they screwed her up pretty bad. And it happened to Tara Reid too. I think she got a liposuction and they screwed her stomach all up. Like they just were like jabbing at her or something like that.
I can no longer think of Tara Reid. She used to be such the sexy girl. I don't know if she made it to the late 90s. Definitely early 2000s sexy girl. But all I can think about is Anthony Cumia doing the impression of her when she was the Wild On host. And he actually did a pretty damn good cigarette mouth Tara Reid impression.
Yeah, no, dude. Cumia's Tara Reid and Billy West doing Lucille Ball. Like it's like, hello, how you doing, honey? Like, like the super exaggerated. Like they've been
Tara
smoking
Reid
for 40 years.
Had a tinge of it. And Andy was able to really catch on that little tinge of cigarette voice. Well, yeah, you had late Lucille Ball.
Yeah, that's it.
Her voice was fucking wrecked. My late Lucille Ball impression is the same as my Harvey Firestein impression now that I did that a little bit.
Yep, yeah, it's Harvey Firestein, 100%. Oh, God, I got to call my mother.
All right, now back to this goal. Aaron, let's back up a little bit. As he just straight up stated, we're going to need to beg you more than usual. One of our beloved chatters has pointed out that the begging used to be worse, but these clips, they're troll food, and the trolls feed it to the rest of the general audience. So no bueno.
Minute left, please. Thank you. Let's do this. $40. That's it. $40 is all we need to do. Otherwise, we have overtime coming on credit, and then we're gonna have to beg you during that, which I hate. But look, small show, not a very big audience. Got to stay alive. Sorry, this is the best I can do. All right, $40 away. 35 seconds left. Otherwise, we're gonna beg you every couple of minutes during overtime. Fucking killer day too. Great show, funny show, hilarious show. Very generous audience, especially early on. Let's just lock it down, boys and girls.
Oh, he was dick teased. He was dick teased with that. We're gonna make the goal. He got all hard, and now he's got payment blue balls.
Oh, that's awful.
The early audience was rubbing up against his wallet, and then it wasn't so much grindy anymore.
That's another thing. He treats the morning show as extremely separate from his evening show, but isn't it mostly overlap? I mean, there might be a few who catch only the evening show and a few who only watch the morning show, but I would guess his core audience is the same people who keep donating.
Yeah, theoretically, being two different times of the day, you're catching the different people. But yeah, it's a lot of overlap because some people only like to watch live. Other people, they don't care if it's live or not. So theoretically, I'm doing this for a different audience. But yeah, a lot of crossover with the morning and the evening show.
Let's just lock this thing down. What do you say? All right, 15 seconds left. Oh, this is fucking embarrassing. Jesus Christ. That sucks. That really takes the wind out of my sails a little bit. I was getting kind of cocky. I don't know, but we got it.
He's setting himself up?
Yeah, that's it. He sets it. It's either going to set himself up for failure or not. And J-Bra made 2 points that I want to get at. That one right there, Aaron meets the goal more often than not. Does he? Does he? Because a lot of times it's PayPal or some off thing that gets him.
The 1 minute man supposed. We don't see that, so that has become a theory that he actually isn't hitting it.
Right.
I don't know what one way or the other. I believe Darkside Phil's 1 Minute Man is his mother. Aaron's if he is hitting the goal more often than not, the trolls really are picking up on this troll food and putting it out on a projection screen and clips for the rest of us general audience. And indeed, just let your troll glow. Just let it shine through. Thank you, Ari Jane, for making me think of Coming to America.
That was a good bit in there. And the singer for that, there's a whole show. Like they go see a guy, don't they, with a Jerry curl and shit, and he's on stage.
I believe that was one of Eddie Murphy's.
Yeah.
Sexual chocolate.
Yeah,
Eddie Murphy was
chocolate.
Also. You might remember him from the "What's Going Down" episode of That's My Mama.
Oh, okay. Real quick, and I think the other point was we don't know Aaron's relationship situation. Like a lot of people brought up that he isn't wearing his wedding ring. It's not even all of that. There's a lot of things that add up, and it's April's behavior leading up to her just disappearing from the show. She may be there, she may not be there. We don't really know. But for me, there would have been an April going away show. There's no way that he would have not exploited April's last show for the money. There's no way he would not have done that.
It was very abrupt. It was. I recall when it was because I did the co-host audition with April solo. She was solo for about 30 minutes. The very next day, no April. Yeah, it was very abrupt. She was on her own for 30 minutes on the evening show, and then yeah, she was gone. There was tension leading up to that, but yeah.
Well, he came in and kicked her out of her seat. Like, she was in the first mic chair. She did a half hour, then he showed up, and then it was back to being a regular show. You know what I mean? Like, he didn't even give her the full show chance to do it. That's how nervous he was for April to not hit the goal. If his business isn't making money and all his bills are paid, I don't know what's really going on here.
And one of the chatters, when we had that first clip of the "ha ha, I make no profit," I was saying that's kind of begging for an audit. Careful there, buddy. And that's also a reason that I haven't started getting on the Ropey Load T-shirts. I do want to get a business license first and funnel this properly so I don't get that audit.
Yeah, exactly.
I was getting kind of cocky. I don't know, but we got to knock out this 40, guys. Goals are very important, especially as this show's margins narrow, as it were. Got to make sure we can knock these out and get them down to 0. So I guess, hey, while we're doing overtime, pretty pleased with cherries on top. Please knock it out.
Please.
Pretty pleased with cherries on top. Go ahead and chip in towards that $40. We'll go ahead and do.
He's really sounding downtrodden,
and that's another thing. You can hear in the voice, both his and April's, the emotion that they really are feeling. It's not a. There's a lot of things that add up, just little. It turns into a whole big pile of this isn't going well.
And J-Bra is having a fun time goofing on Aaron to his face. So he has not hit that nerve like you have. King Yeti and J-Bra are making fun of him to his face, and Aaron has been taking them in stride. So nicely done, Aaron. But the clips get out to us general public when you don't take it in stride.
No, and like I was said before, sometimes it's just on the day. And there's other people that he'll forgive. He knows who's really being a fan and who's really trying to fuck with him for the most part. But J-Bra and Hobo Chili Recipe have been in the chat here all morning, and honestly, they're more fun than Aaron is. So,
Bring him over to the fun side. You can. I don't know. Maybe you could turn us. I don't know. You're trying to make this work for you, very much like Gug on co-host auditions. Nimrob, when Gug said he definitely has a format. Help me narrow it in. You've got a 2.5 mat, Gug. Maybe you can work on it and get yourself a format one of these days.
I like that. That was good.
Overtime on credit since we're inside of 50, but got to knock out that 40. Pretty please. It's not very much. Go ahead and knock it out for us, guys. We appreciate it. Streamlabs, PayPal.
So I think one more video for the day, and we'll get out of here. From Pod Awful, he calls out the e-begging. We have this also from NatClo 2.0, and this one is just a still shot. So we've got the audio of had Pod Awful on earlier, messing with Aaron, and it went right over his head. And here the main point that the begging has become too much. Pod Awful is going to give his advice on how the asking for money could come off less cringeworthy.
Also, we got to redo the way you do money. You got to stop begging for money. It's really gross.
Look, it's fucking disgusting.
It's not working.
Radio guy.
By the way, it's not working. You're not making. You could be making so much more money and not look like
Jesse. What do we do? Go ahead.
The paywall.
Oh, we probably do have enough ardent fans at the paywall.
I mean, how many members do you have on your fucking channel?
The only thing about the paywall is then you can't grow.
Yes, you can't. You don't paywall every dude. What, you think I don't know what I'm talking about? I've been living off of Pod Awful for years. Nothing else.
You're probably right. Just from the radio audience alone, we got about 2,000. Oh fuck.
Let me ask you. How many members are on YouTube? Just YouTube membership.
1,000. About 1,000.
You have 1,000 members
between YouTube and Rumble. Yeah, we have 1,000. Yeah.
Okay.
And Rumble does pay its creators better, so that's another reason why we need to get out of our YouTube habit and onto the Rumble habit. We need to quit the crack and go to the Coke over there. I know usually it goes from Coke to crack, and that's why it's so difficult for us to quit the crack and go back to Coke. Well,
no, we're climbing out of the gutter. We're climbing out of the gutter. We started with the crack, and now we want the better stuff.
The methadone clinic, that is Rumble. I'm sure they would love that. the methadone clinic to YouTube's heroin.
Sorry.
Well, I don't know about Rumble, but I don't trust those numbers whatsoever. They're fake.
Well, no, they're members. They're people who give you money every month.
Okay, if you say so. With the whole fucking we'll do extra show if you just give. Just do the extra show for members only, and then at the end of the regular show, when you are done with that, if people want to see the rest of the show, they'll become a member. Make it fucking cheap and give them two levels to choose from.
And I have seen that elsewhere as well, of whether you hit the goal or not. In regulation time, we've got another half hour, 45 minutes, 60 minutes. That's member only. Come on over and give us a couple of bucks for the tier 1 or tier 2 membership to see that extra hour.
Both Jesse and Melton do very similar business practice with that. I've been watching NLO a little more, so I know how it works. On Friday night, he does a members only show, but the first hour is open. It's wide open. Chat's open. And
okay, he's doing it opposite of what Pod Awful is doing, but also a smart strategy to reel you in, because he's giving you a taste to get the bulk of the show rather than the bulk of the show to get that dessert.
Right. See, that's the model though. You give them just like with the crack and the Coke, the first hit's free. If you want the good stuff, you got to pay up. Or like with NLO, it's $2 a month to chat in the members only chat. That's it. And he gets $1 of that. So no worries there. And Pod Awful runs his own shit. He has a website. And same thing with the Overdose. It's like $10 a month for their whole backlog that you can't find on YouTube or anywhere else. It's a smart plan, and Aaron started to consider it, but his brain doesn't work well enough, I don't think, to understand how to adopt it.
And a solid strategy. Actually, I remember that being back when WTF with Mark Maron was one of the top 1, 2, 3 podcasts. The previous 100 episodes are free. Everything else is behind the paywall. So yeah, there's strategies to lure people in to where you can just be more like, oh shucks, we didn't hit the goal, rather than we almost hit the goal. So this bonus segment is going to be mostly baking.
Right. Like, see, that's going to turn people off right away. They know what's coming because they know he's going to do it.
From one super cheap one and one decent one, and give way too much away for the lower level, and give really good stuff for the higher level, and people will join.
You know what? People think you're an asshole. People think you're a piece of shit. People think you're a prick. That's not terrible advice. I got to chew on that.
Well, it's perfect. All right, listen. I'll be frank with you, okay? And this is
just be Jesse.
This is not a
doing a Chip Chipperson joke there.
Good one, Chip.
Yeah, Imholte. He's trying to be frank with you, but you're like, look, why are you gonna be frank with me now? Just be yourself.
I'm gonna be frank. I'm gonna be Kathy Lee.
Fuck yeah, Chipper.
Fucking Kathy Lee Gifford joke in 2024. Real quick, what he said is what he thought about Jesse, but he does that preface. People think you're an asshole. People think you're untrustworthy. No, idiot Aaron, you think he's an asshole and you think he's untrustworthy, and you thought you were gonna get into a trolley debate here. That's Jesse's MO. He will always give you good advice, but he's gonna fuck with you about it too. He did the same thing to Comedy Shaman, and I was a little worried for Clay a bit because I don't know. I feel like he's a little bit of like a younger version of myself, so I tend to big brother him. and like, oh, watch out for these assholes. But Jesse helped Shaman out a whole bunch, you know, technically speaking, like with the setup and the camera and all that stuff. So, you know, it's only
ball busting, and
yeah.
there is some pleasure behind that ball busting, as 100% Switch Electra will let you know.
Brag in any way, but I would say for most people who do this type of thing, Pot Awful probably makes more dollars per customer than just about anybody. I know this because everybody else's numbers are public because they use shit like Patreon.
Oh, and that was the end of that clip. I do believe that will be all for today. We are approaching the 2-hour mark, and that is our goal. Throw in 120 minutes into the goal. Thank you all for. I was going to do a thing there. I'm not into it.
I got a brass bell, but it's in the other room. I would have started ringing the bell. Oh, how about one of these? That's my soundboard.
Speaking of ringing a bell, I just stumbled upon old Opie and Anthony clips with the inappropriate bell. And Anthony doesn't even need to say the joke. It's just like, okay, we know the joke. We know what you were going to say when you hit the inappropriate bell. And yeah, Aaron had trouble with OBS. We're not going to get into that today.
I can forgive that.
Had that one. And yeah, that one, it's a tough break, but it is forgivable. We all have our technical difficulties, but I did throw that one onto the pile, and we will end the clips there, starting and ending with a little bit of Pot Awful messing with Steel Toe, but giving him solid advice to help us just eating the Aaron Troll food. Maybe become a half a fan, the way that we are half a bundle of sticks.
That's true. And to be fair, I gave him a chance. When he was first rating Opie streams, it was fun. It was a different show. When he was rating Chad's live streams, it was fun. It was a different show. But there's things that he does that builds around his show that he should stop. He needs to stop with the
he has
trans
pieces.
N-words and pitbull stories. Cut it out, dude. Nobody cares about black people anymore. As far as criminal stories go, nobody cares about pit bulls eating a baby.
That sounds quite racist of you.
Me?
The way you phrase that, nobody cares about black people anymore. Like Archer phrasing.
Yeah, all right. Well, you know what yes, you're right.
Yeah,
but like as far as
it's very funny to me.
I think people are tired of the typical mainstream news bullshit, and he's all over it, and that needs to go to the wayside. He should get back to looking at DSP, get back to fucking with Chad, get back to finding these guys on the internet that he can make fun of and be funny at. Like J. Broad just said, he's not a comedian, and that's okay. I'm not a comedian either, but I do want to make people laugh, and I feel like if I'm not doing something, if you're carrying half the weight here, or more than, really, believe me, it's 80-20. But I want to be entertaining and make people laugh, or if, at least at my own expense, to help, be a positive show.
Yeah, when Aaron first came on my radar, he has the pieces. He has the pieces to do something to win me over. But while he was doing that puzzle, he poured out a different puzzle whose pieces don't work at all. And now he's got these pieces that work with these pieces that don't work. And now goofing on him is becoming quite popular. That's why we're here today, because I'm trying to grow my channel, and it's a third of my current subscribers that came on board because I started leaning into the goofing on Steel Toe. It's goofing on him is currently more popular than enjoying him, and if he isn't careful, that will just start overtaking him, like it has with the Dark Side Phil detractors. You type in Dark Side Phil, you will on YouTube, you will come across like a dozen or more detractor channels before you find his channel. So,
that's same thing with Wings and Boogie 2988. You look for those guys, you're gonna find hours of how shitty they are versus what made them famous in the first place.
So as we're wrapping up, I just want to say you do have the pieces, Aaron. You've got the wrong pieces mixed in with the right pieces, and if you're okay with being a Wings of Redemption, being a Chris Chan, keep those pieces. You'll get more eyeballs on you, but if you're not, a year, 2 years ago, there actually around DabbleCon, what was that? 20 years run together for me.
It's all smashed in my brain now. All the time. It's condensed to a month.
Whenever DabbleCon was, that he almost came to DabbleCon, and it was falling out with Shuli. And I get that. I should be on your side, Aaron.
Right.
I don't like that guy either. Oh, is this my nope, that's not my there's my Shuli chip. I knew I had it. I was looking for it the other day when I brought up Shuli's Anonymous. I haven't gone to a meeting in a while, so it's still a 3-month Shuli's Anonymous chip that I have. I have not watched a Shuli show since May of last year.
I've caught clips, and that's about it. I do watch Bob Levy from time to time. His solo Out of the Coffin show is probably, I'll tell, like Jay Broad just said, if you're paying attention to the chat more, it makes the show you're watching much more tolerable, especially in the valleys versus the peaks.
And that's how I really had fun with the Uncle Rico show back when I was watching it up until May of last year. Is the chat? There were a few beloved chatters that really throwing one-liners back and forth became fun, and I'm glad to see Cardiff's Kids over in the Spurgtopia Discord, because that's one in the Shuli chats that I really enjoyed our back and forth of one-liners. So good to see him again after I abandoned ship where we were both chilling and goofing on stuff.
Cardiff's Kids is quick, very quick, always quick with the joke, and extremely good at puns, and quite the artist. If you check the Spurgtopia Discord, there's some pictures that are posted in their paintings, and definitely in the NLO Discord. If you're a part of that. If not,
yeah, you saw the Spurgtopia link in a few of the clips today. You could just Google Spurgtopia. Just a quick one more roundabout with plugs. What is this game with Annie? I'm giving myself such a load, and it's not a ropey one. I'm giving myself such a load of work. I'm hopefully I can still keep that in my schedule when it comes back around with all the extra work that I'm giving myself with this pre-production and editing and stuff. But what is this game with Annie, where we check out video games? There's the link to my Discord, which fan made up for me. Thank you, Daytwa, for getting that going. And I'm
where's Daytwa Ben? Come back here.
Dayla. We've got Daytwa here today. I know Dayla was having scheduling issues. He's dropping in every now and then. But hopefully see some more of Dayla. And I was such a boomer starting with that Discord. So thanks for getting me up and running, where I'm now an Xer with the Discord. One of these days I'll be a full-on millennial with that Discord. Tuesday through Thursday, 11:30 a.m. Eastern. Co-host audition, a new style on reaction type content, TikTok around the clock, where I bring you the madness of what is going on with that app's live streaming, and a rotating show of the St. Cloud Divorce Show, the Successful Failure Show next week, Thursday, with Lucy Tightbox, once over with Kaylee on Greg the Bunny. And I think I might have to sneak in some of the interview show of Chatting With to help get down that workload. Another member of the Loadverse, Quantum Load, Ropey Load, Dusty Loads, baby. When you got no more ropes to shoot, you are shooting Dusty Loads, baby. Still fucky as a monkey, but we cannot quite get that out there. And of course, over with Secret Snake. Oh, Spurg Snake. That's right. You went Secret Snake for a little bit, and you're like, yeah, back to the original Spurg Snake.
Yeah, it didn't affect one thing or another. And I'm not going to be on Twitch, so that's where the problem would have been.
Yeah, Twitch is Twitch does not like Spurg. I found that out on our Chatting With episode, where they're like, we're not playing this shit. You got that Spurg word in there. Yeah, so if you're not fucking with Twitch, you can keep the Spurg name rather than something else of Secret Snake. Wednesdays and Saturdays, I'm having fun with that Family Feud stream, and whenever the fuck there will be some music streams of yes, Kim Nicholson, Ropey Loads. Ropey Loads has become a running gag ever since Scoro reminded us of Ropey Loads, which Richard Christie was quite a fan of.
and Earl was right on it too. As soon as I put it in there, he knew. He was like, "Who are you, Richard Christie? Hello." he was right on it. It was so good.
I haven't caught an Earl Skakel stream in a little bit. It seemed like we were starting to annoy him with the Ropey Loads.
I do that from time to time. And he's another one. He's one of those guys that just does a pop-up. Like, he'll just be up for, oh, guess what? It's Monday night. I'm streaming.
And it's more of a hang stream. Yes. He just does it solo. He's not using StreamYard, so he isn't bringing up the chats. So you need to monitor it yourself. But yeah, he's got his own thing going over there. And it was funny when he started talking about I'm dying up here. I'm like, oh, I was an extra on that. I was wandering around in the comedy club a few times until I got a regular stand-up gig. Actually, that was my very last non-union job. I had to join SAG-AFTRA in order to do the stand-in gig and get paid better monies. So nice. Peter North has indeed entered once we get to the Ropey Load talk, which Earl Skakel doesn't like talking about the Hackverse or the Dabbleverse, and he charges a certain amount per super chat to talk about that. And if we keep bothering him with these Ropey Loads, that's going to be on the look. If you want me to say Ropey Load, you're going to have to give me like $7.50.
Yes, Dabble adjacent, and mostly AEW talk, and recently hockey talk because the Kings were just in the. I think they just got knocked out. I don't know.
Yeah, that's actually one thing I would like to have him on chatting with, because we are opposite ends of the spectrum on AEW. He is still a fan. They lost me. I don't think they can ever get me back.
Yeah, he's not like a full-on supporter of Tony Khan, but he likes a lot of the wrestlers and some of the way the stories are going. So
yeah, we are on like we could have a respectful debate. There are some people who I dabbled, if you will. I dabbled in some wrestling forums, and boy, it was not fun. That was not fun. When I started getting in the live chats of shows, I started doing some wrestling chats. It's like, I'll continue this live chat with the Earlverse and the Creep Off and WATP, but this wrestling stuff. AEW doesn't have the safety rolled in. Thank goodness Matt Hardy got the fuck out of there. Apparently he's back in total nonstop action wrestling. They were going to fucking kill him, and I'll have to write down a lot of my AEW points if I do indeed have Earl Skakel on the Chatting With show. And there's actually so much I could talk to him about, because I dabbled. I already hit the alarm once. I won't hit it again. In stand-up comedy, and stand-up isn't for me. I enjoy comedy writing, acting. I'm enjoying this pretend broadcasting that I'm doing, but stand-up wasn't for me.
Yeah, I agree. I do like the pretend broadcasting. There's an open mic every Sunday right around the corner from me now, so I might just go do that to have fun, get out of the house and do, a couple.
I do enjoy being a comedy writer. It's the grind of the stand-up comedian that I don't like. So if that's something that you'd start doing as a hobby, I'd enjoy helping you as like a writer or someone to bounce ideas off of. And if anyone else out there would like a comedy writer and someone to bounce those off of, dylanfromsomewhere@gmail.com. I did some good work with some script doctorings. Once I get a website, I'm going to have to do a side-by-side of what I did with this fucking mess that I was given, and I was very proud. I turned it into a coherent story. Nice. But that will be all for today. Dylan from Somewhere here on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter, Tuesday through Thursday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern. Stop by for the feud over on Spurg Snake's channel, evenings on Wednesday and Friday. That is all from us for today. Thank you all for joining. Now feel free to go away.
Well, it looks like that's all the time we have for today. Thank you for going on this adventure with me. It's fun being with friends. I'll see you next time. Bye now.
Bye for now.
Toodaloo. Au revoir. Auf Wiedersehen. Ciao. Ding dao de.
Places all. All join hands, circle left. Now circle right and listen to me. LSMFT. Alimentary corners like swinging on a gate. To right to your honey with the right left date. Grand right and left around you go. Lucky strike means fine tobacco. Meet your honey and give her a whirl. All swing around with the little girls. Smoke 'em, then you'll see. LSMFT. Promenade and don't you fall. Promenade around the hall. Lucky strike is first again with tobacco men. Promenade straight down the pike. It's time right now for a lucky strike. Yes, for smoking that you're bound to like, you just can't beat a lucky strike.